Hey everybody, and welcome back to Farm Sim. Hopefully it wasn't too terrible out there. I just saw somebody go red line on there, but at any rate, we are here on Crawford Farms once again, as you have seen us for a little bit of time now, with the Rottne DLC, and I've got some friends with me today. I've got Tuki from Team Green. Looks like he is wearing John Deere attire. And then I've got Pete T over here joining me from the Discord. And I think Pete T was in the Pros versus Joe's challenge. Or at least he was maybe working with Raz. I kind of forget at this point in time. But at any rate, we've got Pete T and Tuki. We might have a couple other folks joining us a bit later as they get things resolved, but yeah, we're gonna try out and hopefully hear firsthand impressions from these guys, what they think of these new pieces of machinery now that they have had a chance to get in them, use them, and take a look at them. So how are you all doing tonight?
Hi, how are you?
Is that Pete? Screen is, I can't see.
That's Pete.
Okay. There he is. It's working now. I'm gonna go down here and I think I'm gonna load some logs right beside Tuki. We're gonna have a log off.
Still trying to make my first grab here.
It's okay. I gotta remember which controls do what again. Nomad, how you doing tonight? Oh no, Chevy. Sorry to hear that. Frank, how you doing? Has the weather been turning on you? It's starting to warm up. Is that Tuki that's got the echo going on?
I don't think so, because I'm hearing the echo too.
Pete's got the screen volume up.
Yeah, because I got it muted on the stream.
Nick. What's up?
No, we're not having any shaky logs. Looks like I should have made a team red green challenge so you could only use the log crane. That would have put him into logging. Maybe the logging ringers will come out.
I don't mind using the winch, but I'm not so good with cranes. Gotta remember what does what.
Hey Henry, what's up? What are your all's initial impressions on the DLC stuff? Hey, Amory, what's up?
I think the models look pretty good, but I don't know how much I'll actually use them outside this.
This seems to be handled quite nicely.
I'm not going to call out the super chats because I think it's still messed up because I'm not seeing that show up in screen chat. Oh, what truck is this? It's the Rottne DLC. It's the forwarder from the Rottne DLC that just released not an hour and 10 minutes ago. So when you all do forestry for like your regular game saves, how do you all do it? Or are you like me and just don't?
Just cheating your super strength most of the time now. But I don't bother unless the trees are actually in the way now.
Yeah, that's my general philosophy is just leave the trees where they are. Look around them. But the only time forestry happens is only godforsaken multiplayer challenges. So I do want to go, I'm going to go show off the modded forwarder, because I know some folks were pointing out that half the DLC was already released on the mod hub as a mod. So I kind of pointing out that forwarder versus the DLC model. And I think there are complete night and day differences.
I never used that mod one, so I probably won't be able to tell the difference if we had them side by side.
Oh yeah, side by side it's very, very obvious. Rustic Acres. Nice. The lack of farm sim depth perception got me. I just totally grabbed there.
You can do this in first person view.
I think that's somebody pretty talented there. Alright, let's go take a look at this modded version, which came out back way in 2019 from North Modding Company, compared to this bad boy. Nothing against North Modding Company for sure. So we've got the DLC version right here. We'll throw on the headlights just for funsies. Got details on the muffler. We've got kind of a muffler protector that's perforated. It's got the Rottne logo on it there. We've got the front grille, which is grated with a black grating, and then a kind of a chrome radiator front there. Got our engine with the grating, and then the engine detail in behind it. Got the hoses coming out, going up to the various hydraulic rams and such. Continue to the hoses. Then our grapple. See how wide this stretches out because this does unfold. You have a working rear hitch on there. We've got lights all over the place. Over here we've got a working hitch. But this does not unfold, as best I can tell. Unfold. Oh, it does. Okay, so it does unfold. So there we go. We've got that unfolded. Let's see here. So let's get here in the middle. It is approximately 3.4 meters wide. Whereas this one is approximately 4.4 meters wide. About a meter wider. It will not be, Gordon, it will not be available on Steam until tomorrow. The only way to get it at this very moment is to get it from Giants directly. Grapple and the arms on the North Modding Company version are kind of lacking hoses and some other finer details. Same with the hoses here. Got kind of a blank engine compartment. We do have the grating, but we don't have any sort of engine detailing there. Kind of a black front end. Then we've got a chrome muffler. Never a muffler protector or anything like that. Jump on into the modded, or the real DLC. The interior, we got some screens. You have working controls, control levers. We do have the ability to do reverse drive. Got another screen there so we can look at the crane and whatnot. In the modded version, we pretty much have a very basic. We do have working controls. No screen there. You have a reverse drive function. You have a screen there. Doesn't look like we have wipers on the rear. We've got wipers on the front only. And I think the controls are a bit different on the modded version. Oops. You have a crane camera view. Or, of course, third-person view, which probably most people are going to use. Well, Gordon, I don't know. I mean, I've been picking up logs quite a bit the last few days. I can't tell you how it was before because, quite frankly, I don't use forwarders with any regularity. So it would take someone that has used forwarders with some frequency in-game to be able to comment as to if they've fixed any handling physics as it relates to logs. I doubt I doubt there's any change related to the physics on the DLC. They would probably have done that with a game update. As far as picking up multiple logs at a time, I've not had any issues. Say most of my issues have come from just a general lack of being able to use a crane. Probably will be on Steam sometime tomorrow afternoon, depending on your time zone. I think Steam usually releases stuff mid-afternoon, Pacific time, if I am not mistaken. I might be mistaken. I pretty much always get my DLCs direct from
Aren't you
Giants
slow when
download.
you lose half your grapple full?
Oh, did you not get a good grip?
I have 4 and ended up with 1 by the time I got swung over.
I think I've been most successful at getting 2 and 3.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, alright, sorry. Part of make sure my mic's working.
Got kind of echo
Yep.
in it.
Right? I might be too high a volume then. How was that?
Probably be, I don't know, I'll have to do more of it.
Yeah. I'm sure my volume's down.
Just sounds a little like you're distant. Like the mic's halfway across the room.
I've had issues with just Discord chat.
Alright, I do need to turn you down just a little bit. Turn you down just a hair.
Yes. We're not just there for a minute, then all of a sudden we're blasting. Yeah, I can't seem to find the download for the tree cutter part of the I got the cart. It won't let me in until I get that.
Well, what?
I can't find the cutter, the tree cutter part of the working. Yeah, I got the 20, but I just got it.
Oh, well, the 20D is just a modded version. The other two, I mean, the Harvester and the other forwarder are part of the DLC, so.
I'm not the DLC, but one of the albums.
Should. Giant should let the download happen now. There was a slight whoops in my calculations. I wasn't factoring that the US changed their time zone, or their time for other people in the world. So I was factoring that it would work at 6, but really it didn't work till 7. 3 a.m. Pacific. So that would be around 6 a.m. Eastern time. And then then Epic, I don't really know when Epic releases stuff. And then if you're on PlayStation or Xbox, I don't really know when that stuff usually shows up. Thankfully, it's a fairly small download. It's just 121 notes or so. Not like the Kloss or the Plat or the Alpine that was like 1.2 gigs. Let's go look at one of these harvesters. If you haven't seen it yet, let's go take a look at that. Here we've got one of the harvesters. We've got the chains on this particular one. Got really good modeling on the cutter head. Cutter bar down there in blue. Of course, this is a Swiss company, and the Swiss national colors are blue and yellow. That would be why the thumbnail is mostly blue and yellow. Now this is pretty cool. I like this. When you buy the unit, when you buy it, it shows up in what I call transport mode, which looks like this. So we've got the crane all folded up in front, complete with some chains to support the cutter head up off the ground, so it's not dangling like a crazed little free thing. And then we have to unfold it with Z, interestingly enough. And then you'll notice that the cab is independent of the cutter arm, but the cab and the cutter arm rotate in unison. Cutter is always in the middle of the cab. Even when I extend the cutter out, you see the cab rotates. Keep that cutter arm pretty much in the middle. So that's pretty cool how that works. And we've got the left number is the tree cut length, 600 millimeters. So it's basically 6 meters. And then the other number is the tree diameter. Let me get up on here. Down. And rotate this around. And you'll see the tree diameter. You'll see the diameter number on the left, I'll start on the right, will decrease as we cut our logs. Hey Tim, what's up? Anybody a joystick player?
I have the what do you call it? I have the farm sim controller thing.
That's Spectre.
It is.
Spectre, what is up?
Not too much. How are you?
You want to join?
I'm trying to get the download.
All right, I need to send you a couple other files.
Yeah.
All right, let me send you some specifications in the Discord. So you need Crawford Farms and that Rottne DLC, or not Rottne mod off the mod hub that I linked earlier.
I got the 4 files from the mod hub. Are they special, the ones you have?
No. I got some other ones I didn't link.
Oh,
Just some basics. Like camera collision, no crosshair. Let me go to you.
I got those. When I tried to load the game, it told me what I didn't have, and those were listed.
Oh, do you get you? Oh, let me just send them anyway.
Okay, that's fine. How you been?
Good.
Thanks for your advice the other day. It worked like a charm.
Oh, in the mod folder.
Yeah.
Had you had it set as a custom mod folder?
No, I used Dadgenut's what do you call it? His file manager thingy,
Yeah.
PV Tools,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't go back to my mod to the normal default when I uninstalled it.
PV Tools.
The game would not revert back to the normal mods folder when I uninstalled his thing.
Oh, okay. So when you uninstalled his thing, it didn't roll back. It just kept it however it was.
Exactly.
All right, I sent you those 3 files plus the whole password and everything.
Thank you.
Hey, Armory. Well, it starts with joining the Discord, and then when opportunities arise.
Might have a full load on here by the time the stream ends.
Come on. This stuff.
Then you'll be well experienced. Trust me, this is like the 4th screen. And I go through moments of brilliance, and then moments where it's like completely, no, that was just horrible.
I should know what the controls do by now, but I still end up hitting the completely wrong one.
Yep. I completely agree.
At least the trees aren't jumping all over like in red versus green or lagging us out.
I can have trouble with that one little lot there.
I do wish the arm would go a little higher than it does. When you start getting a good tall load, the arm feels like it doesn't go high enough. Yep. Maycroft Logging, what is up? Is it in the mod hub? The DLC is just got released, so it's probably not going to be in the mod hub yet. You can get it if you play on PC. I have a link in the description where you can basically download it directly from Giants. If you play on a different platform, or you prefer to get it from a different distribution method, or if you, let's say, have the season pass, then it will be available to you from your distribution network of choice, where you bought the season pass from, probably sometime tomorrow.
This is a KWWL, Storm Track 7 up.
Whoa, what's that?
Oh, I keep forgetting to mute it on my phone.
One of you guys has a musical ringer and the music starts to play. Gotta grab the mute button. Well, if you play on PS4, then
He
we
was
can't.
eating extra crispy bacon. I forgot that he was on mic.
We can't play together then because you can't do crossplay. PS4 can only play on with PS4s as I understand it. Xbox can only play with fellow Xbox, and PC with PC.
Yeah, I think they need to fix that. Xbox and PC should be able to play together.
Yeah, I've thought the same in the past about, well, even I'm sure it's Sony. Sony's Sony's worse than Nintendo had at the time. That if we're playing zero mods, then there's no reason technically why any console couldn't play with any other console or PC, because the game is the game, equipment is the equipment. Yeah, if someone's playing with a mod, then okay, I get it. That you gotta have a mod, the same mod, and there could be differences with respect to PC and console at that point. Right, welcome to a moment of not brilliance. There we go. And reach.
Because there's some games out there already that I know are
Can't
crossplay
get this.
between PC
Can't
and
get that log.
Xbox.
It's gonna have to go sell it. Oh, we didn't have it. No snow today. Ricky, can you grab this log off me? I can't grab it off myself.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get it.
It's a case of, well, my arm's not long enough. Or maybe my arm's too long, I can't double back. Well, you'll need to have a PC. And you'll need to join the Discord. Here's Workbench or GoldenEye can link. And then when the opportunity comes up,
Now the trick is get it over here.
like a tree right here in the middle where trees were cut. There you go, there's the Discord. Anybody have any questions at this point on the DLC? I've done some. Did some live streams yesterday. Indeed, we are. Did some live streams yesterday, so. Not yesterday, but Saturday. Showing it off, so I figured. And most people have already seen those. If you haven't, maybe you've got some other questions.
or is it the release party multiplayer?
Oh, what's going on? What's going along? Just trying to cut this tree that's just magically showing back up. Maybe nobody cut it. Maybe nobody cut it in the first place.
I think I'm gonna call this load good before I try my luck anymore.
Hey, I think that's an excellent first load ever.
It looked nice till I tried to pile more on.
Yeah, that's when you know, like, I better stop. Pushing my luck, and then next thing you know, it explodes.
You guys are doing good there.
Well, left some tree stumps behind.
I don't know about Team Green server,
So
but we have some rules on Team Red server. You gotta clear your own stumps. It's gonna be busy.
Yeah, we clear right away with lumberjack until you get that odd one where you cut it too high.
Yeah, so I can't get the DLC. I look how I got parts with
Yeah, so
yeah, I try to go to Mod Hub, and that's why I bought it. I bought the Mod Hub, but I can't download it yet.
oh, so if you got it from Giants directly, yeah, you should be able to go to their eShop link that was in that email, or was in their email, and then put the code in you got, and it should give it a download. That was awful. That was awful. What happened there? There we go. Much better. Lightning Lumberjack, how you doing tonight? Oh, I don't know what I'd like to see on the next farm sim. And that kind of implies that you're dissatisfied with what's out there now. Maybe some, just some general improved palette and bale physics. Yeah, on the email there would have been a link. Starts with eShop something, eShop.giants or whatever. And then it would have had your download code. And then when you go to the eShop link, it would have basically asked you for your code. And then when you put your code in, it should take you to a page that shows you Mac and PC download. And then from there you can download it.
And I just download my mod folder.
No, download it to wherever. Download it to your downloads because you're downloading an executable.
Oh,
And then once it's downloaded, you need to run it, and it will ask you for that code again to basically activate it. And then once it activates, then it will move it into the appropriate folder it needs to be in. Sure. Ultimately, it'll be in your game folder. There's a P DLC folder for paid DLC. Ultimately, you'll put the DLC file in there. But you don't want to put it there. It will.
I thought the Giants install program puts that in there for you.
Yeah, once you download the DLC, you run the executable, you activate it, it copies the file for you.
I'll learn how to speak computerese one of these days.
It's all right. You know how to speak constructions.
Yeah.
I've been out of the computer world for a while and forgot half of what I knew. Go lay down, you're fine. Go lay down.
I remember being in construction meetings and they're talking about water closets and it took me a while to figure out the name of toilet.
Nope, just a closet where they put water. You open the door and it floods it down on you.
So we were looking at work. Of course, we're in IT. Okay, so I had the plans because I'm the IT guy for construction projects. But we had our instructional design person looking at the plans, and she was like, "Who's this Jan person? Why do they have so many offices?"
Yeah, they're all real small, right?
Yeah, they're all real small. They all have sinks. So for those that aren't in on the joke, that's a janitor's closet
That is funny.
with a janitor's sink, which is floor sink.
Right.
So
Which is not the same as a floor drain, by the way.
right. I mean, it has a drain, kind of at the floor level. Yeah, so she won't live that down for years. Every opportune moment we have, we talk about Jan's closet.
That is funny. Somebody sent me a picture the other day. You know when you make a revision on a set of drawings, they cloud them? In other words, they draw a square around it. It looks like a cloud.
Yeah.
Somebody drew a picture of a concrete floor with a hole cut in the shape of a cloud, like a plan revision. And the caption said, "Hey, I was just following the plans."
So there's a cloud-shaped hole in the floor?
Yep. Pretty funny.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, perfect. We caught it.
Rottne path. Okay, so
Alright, I think that's good.
that's an easy fix.
How do you like the other head?
On the harvester, I think it looks nice. I wish, I said during one of my streams, I wish the cutter bar had teeth that were actually modeled on it. That's a little disappointing. But I think overall the cutter bar's got really nice animations on it and details. Sure, lightning. I'll show up a close-up of the grapple.
Oh, I bet I know why it wants me to get out of it.
Just, yeah, you can't be in the game. This is Rippin 040 HD of Sweden.
Oh, it says installation.
And it's rotated. We've got 3 hydraulic rams in there, hoses.
More exciting downloadable content of Giants. Real friends of Giants.
The hoses have a little bit of animation there as they flex.
Animation looks good.
Rotate it. And then we can extend and retract that, and the hoses will fold and extend. Get down here and go to the sell point. So of course, in real life, you wouldn't drive the forwarder with a load of logs to the sell point or to the sawmill. In real life, you would use the forwarder to get the trees out of the forest and then unload them, and then something would load them up onto a proper truck for transport. If there's anything else you need, just ask for in chat. I'll try to take notice of that and show it up.
Okay. Sure you're hiding the password for this somewhere, right?
It was in that message I sent you.
Oh, okay. Didn't look. That would be a good spot for it.
You can really get a lot of logs on this thing too. I think my record is 32,000
That's
in
what I
one
would
trip.
put it. Actually, it just says the game name.
Past it. Starts in F.
Oh!
Got it.
Okay, gotcha.
Who was asking? Peg leg? Sent you a message. It should be a direct message I sent you.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Maybe we'll both get in before you end the stream, huh?
Yeah,
The detail of it looks amazing.
I said that. James?
Yes.
Sounds like his voice I don't recognize. I don't. Yeah, the details are really nice on this.
I usually tap the
Does it play any better than all the others? Are the details better?
If I understand the question, the other stream I tried to load the Komatsu forwarder, and it loaded about the same. It wasn't any harder to load. Of course, the Komatsu is smaller, so you get less per load. But overall, the cranes seem to handle about the same. So while we're talking about these, let's compare them. A couple miles, but through the forest, right? Through the forest.
And you'll have the Rottne extended that holds about the same amount as the Komatsu.
Sync.
There's Spectre.
DB, welcome back, buddy. You've been gone a
Oh,
while.
I'm in already? Oh, you just hear my sync, huh?
You're in. You're in. You've made it.
All right, let's get this party started.
Join the farm and get down here. Tell me what I need to buy for you. We should have plenty of equipment. So here is the Rottne DLC forwarder, fully outstretched. We've already kind of shown this, but it is about 4.4 meters wide.
Where you're all at here.
We're up kind of south of the shop to the far west of the map. North of the map. Now the Komatsu is about 2.7 meters wide.
You have F11 engaged.
And no, we don't have that. 2.76 is the Ponzi. So no easy dev controls. So forwarder is definitely much wider than the other in-game forwarders.
Start the engine first.
Now, as far as
One of those
the
servers.
length goes,
Yeah,
one of
it
those
helps a tiny
servers, huh?
bit.
we've got about 4.7 meters on the length. The Komatsu is the smallest of all the forwarders.
Okay, I get to make a fool out of myself with the joystick now, huh?
At 4.5 meters. And then the Ponzi is...
Well, it probably was neat before I started dropping stuff on it.
5.29 meters. Did I say the...
How many people do you have in your game at the moment?
1, 2, 3, 5 plus me, 6. I think we're all good. I mean, if you want to join, I need to send you some stuff. Count this one again.
I would. Would be a
4.8.
bad idea. I would like to.
All right. Let me get you some.
Where, what, where, how?
All right, let me get you some stuff sent. All right, hold on a moment, everybody. Hold on a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
All right.
Hold
Might be one of
on.
these to open a clam, huh? Not that.
Did we have an extra hardware store not in use?
All
Do I
right,
need the
so
DLC?
yeah, you'll need the DLC. Those 5 mods are linked in Discord message, and then under the crosshair mod is the server stuff. Everyone wants to cut, no one wants to load. What is up with that?
Do you
I was
mean?
close.
You know what?
So I've got to
I'll
go
cut.
and buy the I've got to go and buy the DLC first before I can come play.
Yeah, that's the big catcher.
Oh,
This is a pay to play stream, buddy. Pay to play. Hey, DGC Farming from Scotland. How you doing tonight?
I'll just keep quiet.
Tookie's stealing my harvester, my forwarder. Oh well, go ahead and take it.
Cheers.
Nah, it's late here. It's 12:56 a.m. So I'm in bed now, and I was playing earlier on, but yeah, kind of it's late. I'm just watching the stream.
I know. You and your UK guys. Who are these voices? Well, they're disembodied voices.
Oh, that ain't gonna work.
We've got Spectre. We've got
What
Mr.
link are you
Pegleg.
on these
In
two?
America, and our time zone is
Got
2
Tuki.
hours behind or so.
What length do you cut these two? 8 or 6 or what?
6.
Oh, I screwed up already. See, I'm not even on here 5 minutes and I'm screwing up.
6 metries.
Don't feel bad. I cut a bunch of 8 already.
Oh gosh.
Well, the first one I cut was 1 foot because I didn't change it.
1 metri.
And then this, yeah, right.
Or the count from
And then the second one I cut was 8.
8 metries. Or the count from Sesame Street. So let's take a look here at
Did
the
that pretty
forwarder
good.
once again. So we've got really great details on the forwarder. We've
If
got
you
that
start doing Barney or the
black
Wiggles, we're going to
mesh.
be in trouble.
Barney was banned from our house.
Good for you.
We've got kind of a chrome, I guess, radiator going on there. We've already taken a look at the exhaust. Really think the details on this engine is amazing. Really did a good job modeling the engine behind the engine grate.
I parked by that mod one, and it's a huge difference between the two.
We've kind of already seen the details on the crane. And the stream I did Saturday night, we fast forward as it dark. This forwarder lights up the forest like crazy. All of these lights. Then if we compare that to the Komatsu, don't really see an engine. We just got kind of a flat, dimpled texture. Got a little bit of grating, a little bit of louvers there on the rear, or on the front of the engine compartment. You have our hoses.
Oh, wow.
Decent amount of lights.
During the day, they light up nice.
Then the Ponzi, well, she's really showing her age at this point. Ponzi's just got no real grading, just kind of a dimpled texture there. Dimpled texture there. You have some hoses at least. That's nice to see. If we go find a harvester somewhere, or since we have the power, go buy another one. It's morning time.
Yeah, I was every time.
I wish there was more lights on the harvester. Well, I'm glad you've enjoyed the 200 series. I might not have ever done a 300 series 100. If they're not in the playlist, they're not there. So again, when you get this thing, it's folded up.
All right.
And the cutter is basically held up with chains. Really like that detail. And then you hit Z to unfold. And then chains, and then the cutter just comes down. And there we go. You also see the cab. Let's fold this back up. You see the cab make movements. So it has a kind of a steady cab that's going on. So if we go over here to, let's go up here to a hillside. Let's kind of park on a hill.
I wish the cameras worked properly.
I wish they worked properly on anything in Giants, personally.
Yeah.
So here we are, we're in the cab. We're crooked, right? So let's hit Z. Watch how we straighten up. It's real cool when we're in the cab watching this. So there, now we are flat. And as we rotate, cutter head. If you're in cab, did you notice when you rotate, the cutter head is always in the center of your view? And even if you extend the arm and retract the arm, the cab rotates a little bit to keep, again, the cutter head in the center of your view.
I noticed that.
I'm not rotating the cab. That's just because the arm extending and retracting.
Controls work a little different than the Scorpion King, it looks like.
So we'll go take a look at the other forwarders just to compare. It's the Scorpion King is physically really small compared to this. I mean, this thing is a beast, and you can really tell, like, if you use the Scorpion King on one of those big trees, and you've got the arm extended a little bit, when you go to cut, I mean, you really feel like that Scorpion King is being whipped around a lot by the trees. Whereas this one feels like it's a much more stable platform. Alright, so we got them kind of lined up now. So if we just look at them physically, Scorpion King is, well, they're both shorter. A fair bit. There we go. So you can kind of see the extra length there. And, you know, you see the Scorpion King. It's showing its age from Farm Sim 17. We just got dimples. Anybody play 15 to know if was the Scorpion King in 15? Now, the blue chains, DB, are apparently legit thing in
thought
real
somebody
life.
said it was a mod, but not part of the base game. I think I remember hearing that.
Oh, like it was an add-on DLC?
I couldn't tell you.
Because, yeah, I mean, if you like look real close at the Scorpion King, it really, the model shows its age compared
Oh,
to
it was in 15. I just pulled up the store page.
compared to the Komatsu, and then the Komatsu is less detailed than the H21D. So yeah, apparently they're real bright
Yeah,
in real
Pompey
life.
stuff came out in 15. They're advertising it on the Farming Sim 15 page.
So in
Must have been base game.
real life, they're blue, they're
Kind of surprised they
yellow.
kept it around this long then.
GTX says they were in base game 15, just like you were saying. You know, we've got kind of the flat texture on our cutter head. Go over here. Oh, we can't. Let's fold it up. Go over here. This
I don't
one.
think I ever used them in 15 though.
We can see that they're definitely 3D cutter heads because we can see through them. And fold this.
That was back when you cut the whole tree down, just pushed in the log pond and get full money.
Oh, I'm in the wrong one. There we go. Mark, it's for visibility, I think. If you lose a track, you'll be able to find it. I don't know. I mean, I've heard they're orange, yellow, bright blue, I've heard. Let's turn this on. And open the head up. And there's the business side of the head. Yeah, we've kind of got 3D look on the head. Hoses. We've got really great details on the engine bay.
No.
And
Not
of
at
course, same general controls as any of the other harvesters. As far
Not this
as
tiny little log here.
let's rotate this one. It's not a log, that's a stump. That's a seat. Armory, no, I cannot get a model Ford truck because one, I have to go download the Ford truck, I'd have to exit the game, I'd have to install it, and I have to actually be willing to use a Ford to begin with. I did see that in the mod hub where, I mean, it looked like it just gave you the count of logs and the weight, but it mentioned that you had to have the dynamic attacher joint, and I don't know if that's something that would not be on most log trailers by default. You know, you could rotate the cut head too, but you can't when it's got a tree.
What I have to figure out is how to pick up the board down. Drop.
As far as controls go, left click up and down extends and retracts the arm. Left and right rotates. Right click up and down raises and lowers the whole boom, the main boom. And left and right extends and retracts the arm. And then left and right mouse button rotate the cutter head. Almost a full 360. Let's give you a little close up of that. See that hydraulic manifold on the back is kind of rotating when the head rotates. It's kind of cool. We did a reach test, and I think technically the Scorpion King might reach a little bit longer. Well, I think this reached a little bit longer, but I think it was mostly because the boom is a little more forward. I think the Scorpion King reached higher. I never use easy. I have that turned off all the time. You've got the modded version of the forwarder there. Let me get you the real one. So I turned easy arm controls off like probably within days of Farm Sim 17 coming out.
Okay. Let's see the airports.
So you want to use this one or that one? If you
No,
use
I'll use that one.
if you use that one, unfold it.
I kind of like that fold up animation. I was playing above it.
Modern one has a bunch of extra cameras. Sure. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I understand that they do that in real life. We might need something bought. I don't even know if I can change easy arm controls with this being multiplayer. It's probably on a screen I don't have. Yeah, see, easy arm controls off. 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 So are you all, who's that controller player?
Me.
Is it Xbox controller? Do you use like the dual joysticks?
Yeah.
How do you feel the crane controls are with the dual joysticks?
Something. I can't figure out how to keep my folding arms around this.
I wish I could help you, but I don't use a controller to know.
Yeah, I wish I could afford it. side panel and look at one.
I'm just using a mouse.
I'm using a
Oh, yeah.
PlayStation controller.
I don't think I have the side panel set up right to do this because I have it set up to do like camera controls in one mode. I can raise and lower the boom and I can rotate the boom in one mode, but I can't do anything else. I hear dual joysticks is where it's at for cranes and forestry in general.
Only so much room on your desktop.
Yeah, or like me, I'm sitting here in this racing setup trying to play Farm Sim. My desktop is a 2x2 end table that's sitting beside me.
Yeah, I was on the same thing.
It used to be the seat of an old dining room chair.
I live in a travel trailer, so I don't have it on.
I've got 2 desks and they're still all my shit.
All your stuff.
Sorry. That's right.
Stuff. It's not Saturday Night Live. Monday Night Live. It's not football. Monday Night Forestry. Oops. Oops. Don't drop it. Don't drop it.
Well, I finally got one to cut relatively flush.
Small accomplishments, right?
Oh, really? It's the little things in life, you know?
Push down there. There we go. Get that a little better.
Ooh, there's a tree down. Somebody leave a tree there?
It fell out.
Well, the one thing that I wanted to see with this thing, you know how like the Scorpion King, if you drop a tree, it's really, really hard to pick it up again?
There you go. Now you can test it.
Now we can test it, exactly. We'll find out.
I mean, if you can rotate the head, maybe you can get it on there easily. Oh.
I use a lot of FDR. Forestry.
I'm sorry, I heard what sounded like NPR and I didn't understand what you said.
FDR.
Oh, the okay.
FDR forestry.
Yeah. I mean, those controls are like drastically different, aren't they?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm back here.
I'm still managed to be able to control down with the joystick. This fucking floor.
Aha!
Does the F1 menu give you any information?
Got it.
Grab it.
There's not easy, but except for that one end of that lug that's cut really, really crooked. You're right, man. This thing is a beast.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't get thrown around by the trees.
No.
I'm used to getting kind of rocked around by the scorpion king.
Goes forward, it seemed like they're the same size as the other ones. It's just a cutter. That's huge.
The Forder is definitely wider than the other ones. I think the general length of the log area is probably about the same. I measured him a little bit ago. But if anything, they're maybe 1 meter longer on one of them. Now, what I really wished is that they would have included. So Rottne includes they've got a chassis that goes on the back of the Forder. It's like that sugarcane bucket trailer. Looks like a dump bucket trailer that you put on the back, and it then becomes a dump bucket for like hauling wood chips or just general tree trash. And the way it was described to me by somebody that does forestry in real life was that you would use that to pick up, the limbs and general small stuff, basically trash, and you would take it to a chipper in the forest, chipping machine, and then you would process the limbs and the branches and all of that as wood chips. I wish they would have included that functionality as a configuration option.
Yeah, that would have been an interesting option to have.
But alas, they didn't.
I have a confession to make. I've never used this mower in this game. I use auto.
Sound like you wanting to use one?
No. I'm just telling you. Sounds like I got to play on your servers more often. Auto load is a no-no.
Well, I didn't use a Forder until that first look video.
Or I do this. Surprised I'm able to do this on one of your servers.
That's the little one that you love.
And when I threw at FK earlier.
So since we're talking about our servers, I guess you're meaning that I usually run them a little bit more realistic than you do. So riddle me this question. So we all know that John Deere doesn't allow right to repair, right? So the farm sim people that are into realism, that play with John Deere equipment, I guess when you need to repair it, do you just like sell it back to the dealer since you wouldn't have the right to fix it yourself?
Isn't it? Maybe they just cost you more money.
They just go to the shop and have dinner for.
Oh. But it only works on maps that have John Deere dealerships.
Yeah, right.
Are you a farming sim gamer? Well, it depends. One, do you own the DLC?
Or you have to do what a lot
Two,
of people do on multiplayer.
you'll need to be in the Discord.
They cash out on
And
their farms and then
3, I'll need to
Go
send you some
transfer that
information.
money into a map that has a John Deere dealership on it.
They also have a place called John Deere Factory.
Did I see a picture of these on your server that has a that these have leveling on it? So if you're logging on a slope, the tires are level.
The cutter has leveling, yes. Harvester has some level of cab leveling. Forwarder, no. So in real life, the forwarder has a function. It's kind of like I don't know if it's air ride, but it's kind of like the cab is on airbags, and the cab basically has its own little bit of suspension going on. But they didn't model that in game with respect to the forwarder. But the harvester definitely has some cab leveling capability.
Can we demonstrate on this map somehow, or is there any terrain that shows that? Or
Yeah, you could bring it over here to the edge of the forest, or you got the hill, and you could drive up and over the hill. So we could do this.
see that?
So you can kind of see the cab is going to remain level as the whole frame rotates. So let's go in cab and then we'll do it again. You'll see that other than the seat going up and down from going over bumps.
Oh, smack me with the cutter head. That didn't hurt.
Yeah, you know you're going over bumps when you look at the frame. Go up and down and left and right. But as far as you're concerned, your perspective, it's smooth and level until you get to the point where it doesn't, it can't compensate anymore. Yeah, in real life, they're installing cracked firmware on the on their computers in order to connect diagnostic stuff up to them and such.
We only have one stump grinder on the map.
Yeah. You want another? I can even set you up with a Voltro or something fancy.
I'm just looking at all the people that, well, that's probably enough stumps for one person. I guess I should look. I'm no good at it, but
Kuki's no good at it either, but he's working on his second load over there.
Count that one I sold earlier as though it was like 4 logs.
4? Oh, it was more than 4.
I did one after that because I started getting all messed up on me.
fold.
Me till now to figure out this one was folded up.
You've got the wrong one.
Oh, what?
You've
What
got
do
the
I have?
you've got the modded version.
Oh, yeah, I can tell now.
I got one at the store for you.
I can't fold the arm on
That's the store, huh? Ooh, there we go. Yeah, I'd say this capsule's a little different. Much more detailed.
We'll just leave it like that then. Let's not drop the log. We don't have a really good grip on it. Oh, shoot. When you try to load something fast, you start messing up. I'm trying to load it faster for you guys. Oh, that takes some talent to cut straight into the back of the trailer. This is where I wish the crane could extend a little higher. When you get up here on your load, trying to get the log up and then to be able to unload the grapple. Becomes harder.
Oh, there it is.
Let go, let go, let go. There we go. There we go. Hopefully the lag isn't bad for you guys.
No, it's not bad at all.
I've got awesome 0 millisecond lag on my end.
That's not so bad.
Wonder why.
Logs are axed up a tiny bit on me, but not that bad.
Makes sense.
Now, we found on the server that when you get a stubborn log, or stubborn stump, that you don't have any real choice other than to enable super strength, because then you have the ability to kind of reach down under the ground and get to the stump. And then wireframe mode is your best friend when trying to find stumps, because you can see them super easy.
How do you get that?
You have to have the dev console enabled
Yeah, I do.
and F4.
F4? Okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
It takes a while to get used to it.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Might even work to see logs in the winter. Let's go get a couple more. Then we'll sell our load. Arpit Farmer, what's up? I used to use F4 to find chicken eggs in 17. Remember having to hunt chicken eggs? Oh my gosh, that was so hateful. I just told everybody in chat that I used to use wireframe mode to hunt for chicken eggs in 17. Remember when you had to hunt chicken eggs?
Yeah.
Map makers would be evil and they would stick chicken egg spawn points like in tall grass.
Hey! Actually got 2 logs out of my truck. That's progress.
Even better.
Now it's like
I mean, you might go back to never using autoload.
it'll take more than 2.
There goes my little best enough again.
I don't do a lot of logging to begin with.
Airball. Yeah, the only logging I end up doing are on these blessed multiplayer challenges.
The only logging I do is when it's required on a production map that I play.
Oh, for logs, for pallets and stuff.
Yeah.
Gold nuggets? Yeah, gold nuggets. Remember when some maps would have their gold nuggets would be like buried under the ground? So there was a question earlier about what would I like to see in the next version of Farm Sim. I would like to see gold nuggets come back. Somebody asked earlier what I'd like to see in the next version of Farm Sim, and I just thought about it. I'd like to see the return of gold nuggets.
I like that. It encourages you to explore the maps.
Yeah, if it's done right, the map author can stick in places that they want to show off.
You know what I
not normally go to.
You know what I think would be cool since we have horses now in this map? I always thought that there should be an aspect of luck in this game. So, randomly, when you train and sell horses, maybe you sell a secretariat and you make a ton of money on the one horse. Or something along those lines. Randomly. I think that would be pretty cool. Of course, you could always cheat money in, but it would be more fun if you all of a sudden...
Yeah, I think horses need some work outside of seasons where you're not guaranteed to make a crazy amount of money off them.
Yeah.
Make it more randomized.
50 grand per horse after 10 game days, it's like... Jeez.
Yeah, but what about
is anything
after
that
selling...
profitable?
Well, what about like after selling like maybe a couple of hundred horses, you luck into one that pays, you know, like 50, you know, like 5 million or something like that. You know, pure luck.
Yeah, more randomization would be nice. 13,000, that's a nice load. Okay.
That was mine. I took it because my logs were starting to be a little janky.
They're very janky. I'm like moving my thing and the logs are jumping into them.
Yeah, I found you get better behavior if you strap your logs between loads.
Oh, I'm talking about just in and out of the claw.
Yeah, I think it's because we got so many cut down.
Oh, you think that's a lag issue and not a mod issue?
Yeah, we were running the same issue on the red versus green. Where you cut down a lot and the trees start to get a little janky like that.
Well, you check out the suspension on the forwarder here. All right, let's see. Let's check out chat. Let's check out chat. The sky. I think when the next Farm Sim comes out, we'll see a better sky. We won't see a static image anymore. I think we'll see a better sky. Was horseshoes the thing in 15? I'm afraid I've already given you a shout out. All I do is when I notice you in chat, I speak to you. Airspeed Alive Gaming, how you doing? Yeah, there's a new DLC. Now, I would say if you've been living under a rock for a week, you might not know about it, but that is literally the truth. If you've been living under a rock for a week, you won't know about it because they announced it last week. Well, technically they tweeted about it 2 weeks ago with a teaser, announced it last week, and released it, well, exactly 2 hours and 40 minutes ago. It is a forestry DLC. It's 2 items. It's this forwarder. Oops. It's this forwarder that we're using here. And then there is a tree harvester. It is by the Rottne Company, which is a Swiss forestry company. Turns out that they are the 4th largest manufacturer of cut-to-length forestry machinery. How about that load? 27.5 and 4,400.
Yeah, not bad.
So it's definitely not. It's not going to be a DLC for everybody. No, not everyone's into forestry. But I tell you, the folks that are into forestry are going to be very much into this. I've heard a lot of... Well, I've heard folks that are excited to have such a major forestry brand being added to the game. We are on Crawford Farms. Whoops. Is available on the Giants Mud Hub for PC only. I know the map author is working to get it out for console. Kendrick Farms, it is wider. We'll go measure it once I get down here. Give me 5 minutes to drive down to our forest, and I'll show you the width difference. But basically, that is the width of a standard forwarder. And then this one we unfold, and it's wider. We just sold 27.5 plus 4, 30. We just sold $32,000 worth of logs off of this trailer, off of this very forwarder. Sea of blue and yellow down there. You're just destroying the forest. So here we have.
All right, I just knocked all the logs off of my thing now.
You're not the first. When I did it, I wasn't on camera. So here we go.
Interesting about that harvester. Apparently it's got a John Deere engine in it.
Oh my gosh, I'm sick.
I'm on their website looking at the technical specs.
So this one is 4.4 meters wide. The Komatsu is 2.7. And the Ponzi is 2.8. They are about the same length. I managed to line these up almost. Not quite. See if I can line them up better for width, length. Now there were some folks early on screaming that these were just reskins. And that could be furthest from the truth. So folding it doesn't make it any wider, but longer. So let's get these. That's about as good as I'm going to get. Okay. So let's take a look at them from the back. From the back, it looks like the Scorpion King might be a wee longer. Komatsu is shorter. Trying to get... There we go. Looks like the... Yeah, looks like the... Wee shorter than the Scorpion King. Komatsu is the shortest of all of them. But if you look at the details on here, we've got amazing detail in the engine compartment. A front radiator bay. This thing has amazing lights on it. Lights up the night like crazy. So yeah, there's Crawford Farms. We're up here just putting a complete decimation of the forest down here by Field 1. I don't really know. On the most at full reach. My guess would be this one because it's heavier. I would guess it's heavier. Feel like it has a bigger footprint. Wheelbase. That's why we do these streams, to show stuff off. You know? We get the DLC, so we can show it off to you guys so you all can make an informed decision on if you want to buy it or not. Right? And of course, this one would have the added benefit of, once it has a decent load of logs on it, you have the log weight. Have the log weight also there to help stabilize it. Just ignore my incompetence here. Just go over there. Just ignore my incompetence. I don't know. Do they have those in real life? Do the porters have stabilizer legs in real life? I don't know. That's a legit question. And then we've got really nice details on the grapple. You can rotate the grapple. We have 3 hydraulic rams. I guess 2 hydraulic rams. On there, we even have some animation on the hoses. Flexing. Got nice animations here as we move the hoses. As we extend the arm, the hoses move. Hey, Lux, what's up? So I would love to hear from you guys once you have a chance to use it. If anyone is a joystick player, how they feel it works for them. That's a horrible load. There we go. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? It's crooked, but we'll deal with it. The most unique to the game, I think, I don't know. I think they're both extremely well modeled. As far as unique, I mean, the problem with specialty equipment like this is it's so specialized that over the years and over the decades, all the manufacturers have pretty much, I mean, they've pretty much come up with a design that's very universal across all the manufacturers. This one I think is unique because we have, unlike, let's go look at these. Unlike the previous harvesters, okay, where the crane is basically...
Is it cheating if you use the fold forwarder option to straighten your logs out on your load?
So unlike these, where the boom is attached to the cab,
Good.
right?
I never
boom
thought of that
is
till now.
the boom is separate on the boom is separate on these. Okay, so you'll see they are independent.
Boy, I am terrible with this thing.
And what's cool is, let's bring this in.
I can't get it to repeat the same motion twice, you know?
All right. Let's, there we go. So let's bring this in. Whoa! All right. So when we rotate, the head is always in the middle of your perspective. Now, I'm going to extend the arm. I'm not going to rotate, I'm going to extend the arm. When I extend the arm, I'm not rotating it, but the cab is moving. If I extend the arm even more, and then extend that.
I don't know, 20 minutes with 3 logs
Okay,
on this thing
now-
isn't gonna cut it. I'd be fired a long time ago.
Yeah, the cab is moving. It's always in the middle, regardless of
I'll have to practice off
how
camera.
I'm moving the boom. It's always in the middle.
Oh boy.
So I think that's a unique aspect. It's not on other, you see the cab, the boom is not moving left and right, it's moving in and out. The cab is
I guess some people
rotating.
are meant to be cutters and some people are meant to be loaders.
And we've got really awesome details on the engines. Tukey just told me that this John Deere engines, I feel sick. But apparently they use John Deere engines. I don't know if I can make it now. We've got really nice grading, the black mesh, and then the chrome. Really nice details on the muffler housing, muffler protector. Hoses everywhere. I mean, just from a model standpoint, really nicely modeled. This thing is physically a beast compared to the others. Let's show you this detail. So when you buy it, oops. Okay, when you buy it, it's folded. So we're folding it up now. So when it's folded, there's chains to hold the cutter head up. And now this is the position you get it when you buy it. It's kind of like in transport mode. Like a cat following a laser pointer. Like the others, when you buy them, you know, they are... Try to get these lined up. And when you buy these, the heads just dangle and free swing. I see your load. It won't win any beauty awards.
Well, it is nice till I had a little lag spike and the grapple went straight through the bottom of the loader.
That's about as straight as we're going to get them, right? So you can see the this one is definitely much bigger physically than the others.
These would make some
You
great
line
wood
them up.
chips.
You line them up, you know, track to track to track. Much larger.
They're easier to pick up.
Makes it a lot more stable. A lot stabler. Makes it a lot stabler when you are using big trees. Now they all have cab.
Well, I've only been able to put two on it.
They all have cab leveling technology. So this one, the cab leveling technology doesn't kick in until you unfold it. And we should then see the cab level. As we move, tries to keep the operator flat. Now the other harvesters do that also. So that isn't really anything fancy. But it is kind of fun to ride in cab.
Like I said, some people are meant to be cutters and some people are meant to be stackers.
Yep.
So that's reasons. It is kind of fun to ride in cab and experience the leveling. As you see the chassis kind of flex and move underneath you. Very stable platform. Until you do obviously get to the limits of its reach. Armory, I thought we put a Discord link in there for you earlier. So that is the gist of it, man. It is $3.99 US, €3.99 euros. You can get it from the Giants website right away. You can get it from Steam, Epic, PS4, PlayStation Network, or Xbox store sometime tomorrow. If you do want to get it from Giants directly, there is an affiliate link if you are so inclined.
Talk to you guys later.
Alright, thanks for dropping by. If you're so inclined, there is an affiliate link in the description. Give me a little kickback eventually. that on in there. They're up. Carpet farmer, call me the great salesman. Call me the great salesman. Yeah, so far I think I've had a record of about $32,000 for a load of logs off the forwarder. Later, Pete. And that is going to do us for the night. I want to thank you for coming out and watching. We'll be back with our team Red versus Green Case IH and John Deere Challenge on Wednesday night. Wednesday night it will be spring in second year, and we'll be including some stats breakdown of Team Case and Team John Deere. Where are we so far with the challenge now that we have completed one full year? Basically look at how the points are being scored and where each team is with respect to those point scores. So be sure to tune in to the stream Wednesday night at 8 p.m. for that breakdown. We should be in mid-morning, afternoon of day one of spring at that point. Don't know if we'll have frozen ground, if we'll have snow on the ground, or what shape server's going to be in, but be able to compare those stats. I heard that was something of interest. And let me know in the comments after you've had a chance to get the DLC, if you are inclined to get it. Let me know in the comments what you think of it after you've had a chance to look at it firsthand and use it. And until next time, happy farming.